that second wild card spot.
Yeah, no, well, just like you said, hey, if you're new to the show, give us a follow, give us a subscribe here, because we're on a mission to 1,000 subs. We need you to hit that sub button. Bang, bang, bang. Hit it really quick. That red button, just hit it. But yeah, I mean, the Red Sox, man, they need to hit that red button and get some help, that help button, because they've been having it's just up and down with them, man. I'm getting sick of it, to be honest. I'm getting sick of it. It's too much up and down, man. One week they're playing great. The next week they're looking horrible. Chris Sale bugging out on the mound last night and then, giving up those runs. It just is not a good look right now. They just can't be consistent. And I'm saying it's not a good look even if you do make the playoffs, that you can't consistently play good, because we know once you make the playoffs, if you want to go ahead and win the big one, win the World Series, you're going to have to be consistent and win some games and win series. So it's just right now, it's too much up and down. And I'm just worried about will they even make it? They're right on the cusp there going in with just a few games left. But will they secure that spot? And then how will they play? What consistency will we get out of this team in the playoffs? And, is it going to be the team that we saw earlier in the season that was unstoppable? Is it going to be the team that we saw in the middle of the season that looked like one of the worst teams in the major leagues? Or is it going to be that team as of recent that was 1 week they're up, the next week they're down? So I just got a lot of questions on this team, more questions than answers right now. And I think that's not a good thing to have going into the playoffs. But being a fan, I'm still going to root for them. I hope they can pull it together and really give us that team that, like I said, looked unstoppable at the beginning of the season.
Right. They have 5 games left. They're against Baltimore the next 2, and then the Washington Nationals, the 3 to end the year. And now all those games matter. I mean, if you don't win 4 out of the last 5, you're going to be on the outside looking in if you're the Red Sox, because you put yourself in this situation. Not only did they get swept by the Yankees over the weekend, they just lost to Baltimore last night with Chris Sale on the mound. So it's like, what are they doing? There's no sense of urgency, I feel like, with this team right now. They're in a place where they're barely hanging on to that second wild card spot. The Yankees are clearly better than them. I mean, they're going to have, if they do make that second wild card place, I know it's horrible to say. I don't want to do it, but they are. And it's funny. Back in early to late spring and early summer, when the Red Sox swept the Yankees over the weekend, we did a segment saying the Yankees might be done for the season here. And then they made a bunch of moves at the deadline. It's clearly given them some life and given them some juice throughout the second half of the season. And now they come back and sweep the Red Sox. It's reversed. And we've seen this before, where the Yankees might have swept the Red Sox earlier in the year, and then the Red Sox come back in later on in the season and have a sweep for the Yankees and make the playoffs. And we've seen these teams do this in the past, but the Red Sox right now, they need to have a sense of urgency. For the rest of the season really needs to matter for them. They're only a half game up on the Seattle Mariners right now for that second wild card spot. They got to beat Baltimore these next 2 games and at least win 2 out of 3 against the Nationals to secure themselves in that second wild card spot. And then they're going to probably have to play the Yankees in that wild card play-in game, or not a play-in game, because they technically both are playoff teams. But the 2 wild card teams play each other in that one game to then advance to the divisional round. And they're going to probably have to play the Yankees. So a switch has to be flipped here in the last week or so of the season for this Red Sox team.
Well, here's my analyst side as a coach. If I'm the coach of the Boston Red Sox, I'm saying, hey, now's playoff time. I don't care what it says on the schedule. If you guys want to get to those big games, we've got to go into playoff mode now. We've got to tighten it up. Every game matters. Every at-bat matters, and we can't make any mistakes in these last 5 games. Now is playoff mode, and we've all got to, agree in this clubhouse that we're going to turn it on right now. We're not going to look back. And so I think that's really one of those things. If they're committed to getting into the playoffs, they've got to put it on, and they've got to turn it on now. And so it's just really one of those things where consistency is, key in everything and everything in life, and definitely in professional sports. So we've really got to see them turn it on and keep it on. But let's roll on to a great topic tonight.